What is going on? Just wanted to say welcome to those who are new, and also welcome back to those OG supporters. I know it's been a while that we put out a video, and going into this new year 2024, our goal is to be more consistent with getting you guys content, whether that's reviews, outdoor adventures. We're trying to bring it all to you guys. Also follow the Instagram. We usually do polls on what you guys want to see, so whether that's gun content, EDC, etc. So again, thank you guys for your support. And also for those who are new, what's Lakeside Defense? We're an FFL out of Provo, Utah. And basically what that is, and what I tell everyone who's not familiar, we're a gun company run out of my house. So no storefront yet. We sell guns, we manufacture, we sell ammo, accessories, things like that. So what I wanted to cover today was the topic of chest rigs, and more specifically how I have mine set up. So what you see here, the Mark IV from Spiritus, and basically that's just an iteration of one of the 5 chest rigs that they have. Go over what I have set up. Everyone has their setup different, just like the rifle videos that I covered in the past. Everyone does things a little different. That's the exact same thing that we have here with the chest rig. So why would you want to use a chest rig? Now, chest rig is another option rather than carrying your full-on kit, your plate carrier, plates inside, all the extras. This is kind of a way to run slick, for lack of a better term. Once you order your chassis from Spiritus Systems, this is basically how it'll look. All of them are pretty similar, I would say. Now the Mark IV has Velcro here at the back, and I'll cover why they have Velcro everywhere, but also the first pouch, as you see, the one closest to you, same thing, Velcro on either side, and then the same thing for that front pouch. Additionally, you also have Velcro sitting up front here. Your fast clips, these are what's going to help you change in and out of, say, running a placard like this with your chest rig, or connecting directly to your plate carrier. So first things first, what you'll see, and what I've run as well as far as carrying magazines, because primarily that's what these are for. Myself, I run 5.56 guns, so I don't have 7.62 inserts. I do have a 9mm insert, and I'll show you how that looks and how that works. But this is what the inserts looks like. They have the other Velcro piece here towards the top, and that's what will be inserted in here to hold your mags. Okay, now this part is a little tricky. I've seen some tips and tricks on YouTube, the best way to insert this, but the main thing, what you want to do when you're inserting your mag inserts, is make sure that the Velcro adheres to each other, both on the back wall and the front wall. Kind of get a close up to see, so you can see how that works right there. So secure front and back, all 3. And then in the 9mm case, that insert, there's going to be 4. So first thing, got the inserts for the mag. Now up front is kind of a spot where I put all my auxiliary equipment, whether that's knife, multi-tool, people run batteries, and then also flashlights. So now these inserts here can vary on what it looks like. So for example, this one here has inserts for magazines, like a pistol mag, your flashlights, things like that. So what I'll do typically is I'll run this double insert here on one side, and then that triple insert, I'll run it on the opposite side, and that Velcro's on the back. So again, the main thing you want to do with any insert in general is make sure it adheres throughout against the chassis itself. So from there, kind of build out what I usually do. Now, the 5.56 mags I'm running, I usually orient these so the rounds are pointed to my right hand side. So give me a second. Also, one thing to note, they can be pretty hard to get in there. And in my honest opinion, you kind of want that, because you want the chassis to be rigid enough to hold these. I got the chassis upside down. Even with with it full of rounds, this thing's not going anywhere. So it's pretty tight on the mags. Also, you want that same thing for the inserts on the front too. So 3 mags on the front. I'll show you how I set up my 9mm as well. It's basically just swapping out the 5.56 inserts and then throwing in the 9mm. So on one side, I'm going to be running my multi-tool that I put in one of those inserts. Got the flashlight that we throw in there as well. And again, there's not really one way that is correct for setting these things up. It's basically how you're running and what you want to run. So on one side, I've got the multi-tool. We've got that light there. And then on the other side with the 2 inserts, that's where I'm running my pistol mags. And same thing like my 5.56 mags. When I put them in, obviously upside down, I make sure that my rounds are facing to my right-hand side, because when I'm swapping out mags on the range, the way I grab it, it's easiest for me to just put it in to the rifle or the pistol when the rounds are orientated to the right side. What I run as well, that I saw this on their website, and I saw a few guys running this flap. Now this flap comes from Spiritus. It does have Velcro at the back, front, and also the flat part front for patches or what have you. How you'll connect this is you'll run one part through the back of where the 5.56 mag inserts are, and this will just like what it says, it flaps over and it helps secure whatever you got running in there. So I'll put this on and we'll go from there on the different ways that you can use this. Okay, so this is basically how that sets up there. Again, the back end will run through where the 5.56 mags are, and you can't mess this part up, because my brother and I were going through it. How did I have it set up? Because once I bought it, I set it up one way and I haven't touched it until now. So once I disassemble it, kind of lost on me. But if you want to run comms, a first aid kit, for example, or a straight 20, these 20 round mags fit great. So you can have just an extra little mag there. And that's what this is supposed to help with just securing whatever you got in there. Little mag, 20 rounder, a little first aid kit. This isn't for your overnighter. You can keep that in the truck or on your pack. But just as the mini chest rig, this is how an example of what you can run. So little first aid kit there. Now, chassis, that's what that looks like. And different options for actually putting the chest rig on. And earlier I was telling you guys to support Spiritus. Obviously they're a great company, but the back straps that I got from them, I actually sold it just because it didn't fit me right. It kept kinking towards the back. So this is an example of an H harness. I know they have harnesses that cross with webbing and all of that. So there's different options. Buy and find out what works for you. But basically these harnesses, once you get them, they'll connect to these fast clips. Okay, so that's also another thing that I might have mentioned is nice with Spiritus. It's modular. So if you're running a chest rig, great, bring out your harness. You can rig that up and run and gun that way. And also if you're running your plate carrier with your full kit, that's what these are for. Just simply take off the harness and go from there. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on and kind of show you guys what it looks like. Okay, with that H harness, you're going to use these 2 fast clips, the one at the very top back of the chassis, and then also on the side you're going to use the top one. And I'll show you how it goes, but basically this goes around your head, around your neck, and then also your arms are going to go through these loops here. And then what secures it from kind of the lower end of the chassis is just the back strap. And that's what this is. They have adjustable different sizes on the Spiritus website. And that goes around back as well. And you can tighten that up just so everything stays secure to your chest. So I'll put this on and I can show you more of how we run from there.
Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. Some days I sit and wish I was a kid. Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. Some days I sit and wish I was a kid. I remember back in the days when I was just a little nigga. I looked up to my bigger bro, begged if I could kick it. So when he went out with girls, I could go tagging along, nagging. If she had a sis, maybe could smack a baby hood rat. Y'all remember way back then, when it was 1985, all the way live. I think I was about 10, one of those happy little niggas singing the blues.
So we're all set up here, and this is kind of how it looks. You want to make sure when you're adjusting the straps that it's tight, not too tight. Obviously, you can find kind of where your comfort zone is, but this is, in my opinion, the most critical. You want to make sure you have a strap big enough. I'm a bigger guy, so I had to order this on eBay, a company that made a little bigger size than what Spiritus had. So it's big enough to fit me, but also it does have room. So if I'm needing to adjust that, it can tighten up to my body. Another thing to note, you don't want to have it so loose that when you're trying to pull out mags, this thing is flopping everywhere. Get it tight enough to where there is some of that friction against your body. So when you pull mags out, pull whatever you need out, that thing isn't moving here and there. So that's what I got set up. And I'm going to show you kind of how we do transitions or mag changes, things like that, and how fast you can access. So again, this is a great unit from Spiritus. So there you have it. That's the Spiritus mark. Again, they do have different options. Not with Spiritus, but there's Barrel Concepts, another great company. Do your research. If you have friends that run chest rigs, ask them what they like, what they don't like, and then from there, build yours out. So follow us again on Instagram, Lakeside Defense, and keep a lookout on what we have coming next. Thank you. Have a great day.
Nike Cortez and footsie socks and